What's going on, YouTubers? It is your boy, Deluxe Man, and I'm joined here by
the casual viewer.
And we guys are going to give our review on WWE Hell in a Cell 2014. Overall thoughts before we get started. How did you feel about the pay-per-view?
Eh. I give it an eh, and I'll explain later.
Well, here's my thing. Going into the pay-per-view, I kind of figured it was going to be a one-match show. So, that one match was the main event. And it was the main event. Thank you. The match that wasn't the main event wasn't the main event. You know, John Cena, Randy Orton, to me, wasn't the main event, and it was in the middle of the card. Thank you, WWE. You let Rollins and Ambrose end the show. Now, how it ended the show, we will get into, because that was freaking crazy. Everything else was, like he said, nothing to really take home. You know what I'm saying? But let's just go ahead and get into the card here. The first match on the card was the 2 out of 3 falls IC Championship match. Dolph Ziggler versus Cesaro. For the most part, I thought it was a solid match. You had Ziggler sweep Cesaro twice in the match. He pinned him twice. But Cesaro dominated Ziggler in such an awesome freaking way.
Oh, wait. No, I remember him.
Yeah, Cesaro was such a beast in this match. I actually enjoyed it because we saw his strength displayed in so many aspects. You had the psychology of Ziggler working on his arm, which is his uppercut arm and stuff like that. And we get to see Ziggler showcase his heart and resilience as a champion. So, to me, no complaints about this match. Was it as good as I wanted it to be? Not really, but it was still a solid match to open up the show.
I barely remembered it, and it's not like I wasn't paying attention. I was watching it too. I was just, you know, again, I know I say this all the time, but all I could think was like, why are y'all fighting? And I mean, I know it might be, oh, I missed out on the last 2 months, but I'm like, okay. And then I thought there was supposed to be like a thing with Ziggler and somebody else. I'm just lost.
Out of the loop for 2 months, I believe.
I guess. I mean,
well,
I didn't realize that that's all it took.
Here's my thing. There are 3 things that make a champion a good champion. First off, the caliber of the performer.
Okay.
Would you admit that Ziggler is a good performer?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2, the people going after the championship. Now, to me, we had The Miz go after it. We had Cesaro go after it. We had Bo Dallas go after it. And these are all good talents, in my personal opinion.
Right.
So, and then thirdly, storylines and feuds involved with the championship. You know, the feud with The Miz was actually pretty good. You have to admit.
All right.
And but ever since then, I'm not gonna lie, he hasn't really done anything with that title. But for the most part, I think he's one of the best champions we have right now, next to Brock Lesnar, of course. Alright, next match here is Brie Bella versus Nikki Bella. The winner gets to make the loser their personal assistant.
This is stupid.
Oh, take it.
No, this is dumb. What is this? This is that's the best we got. We have the 2 ladies fight, and it's essentially you're gonna be my slave for a week thing.
For a month, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
That so that we can just have some funny jokes for the last month about how she treats her later. I mean, I get the whole like why she would, you know, be mad at her sister. I mean, you know, duh.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, why this?
The match was decent. Hey guys, you hear me? Is this thing on, by the way? I said the match was decent. I'm giving them credit, okay? Brie and Nikki had a good match. By the way, fans out there are giving me crap about being hard on the Bellas when even you said this was stupid. So, you're a casual viewer. So, see?
Oh, don't point the fire at me now.
I know, but no, for real. All I'm saying is, though, guys, is they can have good matches. When they do, I'll give them credit for it. Nikki wins the match, and I think it's going to make things a lot more interesting with Brie being the good one of the two. The good one of the two. And, you know, seeing Nikki mistreat her and wanting Brie to get back at her might make this interesting. So, let's see what happens. But, yeah, I was actually surprised they had a good match. Anything else you want to say about this?
I'm good.
Be glad that you didn't get to see the build-up to this match. They had a Jerry Springer segment on Raw. Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus Goldust and Stardust. Solid match. Good tag team match. Goldust and Stardust retain. We need new tag teams. That's all I'm going to say. 3 stars. Your thoughts?
Honestly, I don't really have much. I just enjoyed it for what it was, but it's one of those weird matches where it's like it wasn't good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was alright. I liked it. I'm glad to see these two still in the game, whatever. I mean, I'm still on the whole, like, whatever his name is, becoming Stardust was a genius move, in my
Cody
opinion.
Rhodes.
Yeah, that was a smart idea.
Yeah.
And then them tag teaming is like, that's also great. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get more tag teams, because these 2 tag teams are suffering from a thing called overexposure. When you get them all the freaking time on every show. WWE has a 3-hour Raw, a 1-hour main event, and then 2 hours of SmackDown. And they're practically on all those shows. Now, imagine a great song that keeps playing over and over and over again. As good as these tag teams are, if we see them all the time, we're going to get bored of them. That's what we've been getting from them. And I hope that WWE brings up some new tag teams to give these guys something new to work with. Fair enough? Next up is the legendary Hell in a Cell match, where the winner gets to fight Brock Lesnar for the championship. A match so legendary that is on the caliber of Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. It is so legendary that it can be compared to Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Hell, it's probably so legendary that it can be compared to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you serious? Are you serious with right now? You're comparing these two to okay.
Randy Orton versus John Cena.
Are you kidding? I mean, that's not what. No. And okay, I did not care about this match in the slightest, because all this was, I mean, this was just a gigantic preview. This was pointless. I mean, the thing that it was leading up to is way more exciting than this match. These two fighting to see who gets to fight Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar!
I mean,
by the way, Lesnar's not going to be here until next year.
Then when are they going to fight?
Royal Rumble next year. January.
So they're not even going to fight for 2 months.
Nope.
Then what are they going to do in the meantime?
That's a great question, isn't it?
Why didn't they do this in December then?
That's a great question, isn't it? Funny thing is, this match was going to end the show at one point. Now, knowing what was the main event, seeing this match, can we all agree that we are happy that this match did not end the freaking show? This match went 30 minutes, and it was boring. Boring. Their first Hell in a Cell match was decent. It was better than this match. This was god awful. Was it the worst match in the world? No, but in terms of these two, it was a bad match. And these two haven't had the best matches ever, but even for these two, it was a bad match. I am done with Cena and Orton. No more. No more Cena and Orton matches, please. It's over. Let it die. Done. WWE continues to overrate the hell out of this match, and it's so freaking annoying. It's becoming comical now. It is. Did you guys really think that this is even remotely plausible? Come on. Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. Oh my god. And then it was a finisher fest. Oh, he hits it with the attitude adjustment. He kicks out.
The only thing that I thought was cool was the reversal, where Randy Orton
hits the RKO.
Yeah, did an RKO when John Cena was trying to do his super something.
Attitude adjustment.
Yeah, okay.
But the match was uneventful. It was just as good as any other John Cena. Actually, it might be worse than any other John Cena Randy Orton match. ugh, I don't even know what to give it. I was teetering on giving it a 1 star. I'm gonna be nice and give it a faceless, a 2 star. But dear God, no more of these matches. Although I am disappointed we're not gonna get Orton and Lesnar, but we were stupid to believe that was gonna happen. Next up is the United States Championship between The Miz with Damien Mizdow versus Sheamus. The match itself, it was alright. Sheamus won. And what made it even more awesome was what happened after the match. So Sheamus starts playing with The Miz and everything he makes The Miz do, who was knocked out, Sandow does, and he starts doing the YMCA dance with the knocked out Miz. And then Sandow, Mizdow, whatever you want to call him, does it. It was comedy gold. I cannot believe the commentators did not fall out laughing. How do you guys not lose it? It was hilarious, man. The crowd loved it. I loved it. One of the best parts of the show, honestly. Your thoughts?
I didn't like it.
Really?
As comical as it all is, why was this happening? How does being somebody's stunt double end that way? What does that mean? Why? Is it like, did they really have nothing for Sandow to do than to be a puppet?
What did you call it? Are they something linked? What you call it?
Psychically linked? What is this? I don't... Why?
Still hilarious. Rusev versus The Big Show. Really good match. Solid big man match. Not gonna lie. Rusev is a beast. You took the guy that I'm supposed to hate because he hates America. Then you have him beat up 2 of the biggest superstars on your roster at the exact same time. How am I not supposed to like him? Well, he's Russia and you're American, so America!
No, he's Florida. He's from Florida.
He's actually from Florida, so shut up. No, for real though. It's one of those things where WWE, I think, truly doesn't really understand how to really make someone dislikable. Yeah, you make him into a monster, but if you do too much with him where it's too awesome and he gets too over, you get to a point where he stops being a bad guy and becomes more of a badass. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it seems more like WWE spends way more time writing good villains than they do heroes.
And what ends up happening most of the time? The fans get behind the villains.
The villain, and then they turn the villain into a hero, and then for some reason their whole character development goes out of the window.
I mean, you had Rusev in this match suplex the Big Show, do a sweet ass drop kick. Then he freaking takes out Mark Henry when he comes out. He didn't heel turn, but I thought he was going to heel turn. He'll probably do it tomorrow night on Raw. And then he walks away victorious with a clean victory after making Big Show pass out to the Accolade.
It harkens back to those old school wrestling days where you had these wrestlers from different countries fighting each other, supporting their country, and all I could think is like, oh, we're still doing this, huh?
Yeah, that's craziness. Now, let's go on to the Divas match. We have the Divas Championship, AJ Lee versus Paige. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I like this match less than the Bellas match. Yeah, it hurts me to say it. This was not a very good match in my opinion. I think it's one of AJ Lee's and Paige's worst matches since they've been together. It just was so lifeless and they didn't really do much with it. They tried, but no, I'm not even gonna say they tried. It felt like they phoned it in. It did. It just kind of felt like we got nothing to work with, so let's just go out there and do whatever. And that's what we got. AJ Lee won, which proves to me that because Paige is now on Total Divas, the reality TV show, she's not going to be a champion. You didn't hear about this report. So there are reports coming out now that since Vince McMahon doesn't like the fact that the show is showing clips from the past, if you're on Total Divas, you can't be Divas champion. It sounds stupid. It sounds retarded. And since Paige is on Total Divas, she can't be Divas champion, and AJ Lee retains. So there you go. And now we're doing Paige versus Alicia Fox because Paige turned on Alicia Fox.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's stupid. What do you think about the match?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Hell, I give it a 1, honestly.
Wow, it was that bad?
It was. What was the point of it?
True.
What did it accomplish? Did it serve any purpose besides there being two people fighting in there.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, it's... If they're not going to really take this feud seriously, let's just end it here.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. I would love to have a submission match or like a grudge match between these two, but I don't think the WWE cares enough to make this feud matter, and quite frankly, I feel like these divas, both Paige and AJ, are phoning it in at this point in time. Paige has no character. I don't know where her character is anymore, and AJ Lee is just kind of going through the motions too. So that's unfortunately what's going on, and we're going to give that a lackluster rating, probably 2 stars. You're going to give it a 1 star?
Yes.
Wow. So the worst match in the show for you.
Yeah.
Let's get to the match everyone wants us to talk about. The main event, WWE Hell in a Cell, featuring Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Where do we begin with this? Let's start from the top, I guess. Right?
Literally from the top of the cell.
Of the cell, because Ambrose comes out and then he climbs to the top of the cell. And of course you have Rollins go out there. He's all like, "You want me to go up there?" You have Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury, the Stooges.
Mm-hmm.
He sends them up there. They get their butts kicked. And then Rollins goes up there. They brawl. Next thing you know, we see Rollins and Ambrose fall from the side of the cage through tables, and it was crazy. The crowd just went nuts. We have people bring out stretchers, which is a medical team.
Yeah.
And as they're going up the ramp, Ambrose gets off the freaking stretcher, and then he gets broken down Rollins, throws him into the cell, and then the match finally starts.
And then it starts.
What a prelude, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just Ambrose beating the living hell out of Rollins. Steel chair shots. He put him through a table with an elbow drop, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. It was just an awesome beatdown. Then you got Kane interfering, but that's alright. Rollins gets some offense. He throws the freaking rain powerbomb through a table. That was nice. That's when the cinder blocks come in. And before he can do much with it, lights go out. And then some chant starts happening. Me and this guy was like, "What's going on? What's this? What is this?"
Well, because I didn't get it. It was like, okay, since this is happening, it might be Bray Wyatt.
And then
why? This is not the usual way he,
right. It was
up.
very Undertaker-ish in a sense. The creepy vibe with the mysterious, supernatural aura to it. That's more of an Undertaker kind of thing, but I guess we're giving that to Bray Wyatt. Anyways, we have a lantern inside the ring with Dean Ambrose. There's smoke coming up from inside, from underneath the mat, pretty much. There's a hologram of Bray Wyatt on the smoke. Next thing you know, here comes Bray Wyatt. He attacks Dean Ambrose, beats him down, hits him with one of those slams of his. I forgot what it was called. Uranagi slam. I don't know what it's called, but Seth Rollins picks up the win. Dean Ambrose, unfortunately, doesn't get his full revenge on Seth Rollins. But what we're going to get as a result of this is a Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt feud, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that is going to be awesome. That is going to kill. For Survivor Series? Hell yeah. But give us your thoughts on this entire thing, man.
Well, it was good. I mean, seeing as how it started off on the top of the cage, all I could think of was like, well, all of this, as nice as it looks, doesn't mean anything because they're not in the cage yet.
Yeah.
So it was not until they get in the cage that actually something's going to happen. And when they did, I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Tables and chairs are getting broken. This is going somewhere. Hell, I was even happy when he brought the kendo stick.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so somebody's bringing his own toys to this event. That's something.
Yeah.
And then when the Wyatt thing happened, all I could think of was like, okay, is this Bray Wyatt? Is it? Because he didn't do the TV distortion pirate type of thing.
Right.
So what is this? And then it is him. But why?
We'll find out tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw.
I guess, but why? I mean, there's no reason.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, why did he attack him? What's going on here? What's the story behind this? Why are you going after Dean Ambrose for?
Mm-hmm.
Just to be evil? Or is someone paying you? Did someone pay you? So, I'm just interested in just seeing these two work with whatever they are given. because the potential of a crazy feud of Psycho versus Psycho is just, it just screams awesomeness to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anything else you want to talk about?
That's all I can add on that one.
So, calculating storytelling, action, chemistry, presentation, and overall enjoyment, 3 stars. We thought it was a solid show despite some lackluster matches. Overall,
the Hell in the Cell just helped it because of the average.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. If that wasn't it, it would have been a 2. So
right.
It was the only, this Hell in the Cell match, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, is the only reason it got to the 3.
Yeah.
It made the curve.
The match that I wanted, the main event, delivered, so I'm happy. I got no complaints from that. And the match that I didn't want, that I expected to suck, which was Cena and Orton, it did suck. It didn't go on last, so I had nothing to complain about. Other than we're going to get Cena and Lesnar again, which is, I'm sorry guys, it's just stupid to me that the WWE knows they have Lesnar for a few dates each year. And instead of giving us new matches with him, we're going to get, yet again, Lesnar versus Cena. Someone tell me how that's fair. Someone tell me how that's the right thing to do. Someone tell me how that's good for business at this point in time. When we could have gotten Orton versus Lesnar. Stupid. It's stupid. I mean, you can't argue against that. You had a fresh match. Orton versus Lesnar, but we're going to get Cena versus Lesnar instead. That's just stupid booking on your part. Orton versus Lesnar, Cena versus Lesnar. Obviously, the better match is Orton versus Lesnar. But we're not going to get that, so who cares?
Okay.
So, give us your thoughts down below about the pay-per-view, and if you agree, if you disagree, whatever we said. And other than that, guys, we're going to go ahead and close this out. Not much else to be said about Hell in a Cell. I liked it for what it was. But, other than Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose in the last match, meh.
That's all I got.
So, with that, want to sign out?
Sign out.
Alright, guys, you'll see this guy next time for Survivor Series. Will you be here for that?
Yay.
Sweet. So this is your boy, the Lex Man, signing off with the Casual Viewer. Peace.